It's amazing. All right. Actually, let's get my Instagram peoples. Yeah, get y'all to jump on too. There we go. Cool. Cool. Jump on too. Checking connection. Get it going, Instagram. That was your problem. Instagram is checking connection. Okay. Fuck are you checking connection for, Instagram? Okay. I'll cancel that. And I'll start live video again. See what happens. Nothing. Makes no sense. Oh, so now it's live. Finally. Blake Grayson is here. Well, it says that when people show up. What's happening? What is happening? I'll do it like this so I can see. You know, I really wish that Instagram would flip when your phone flips, but it doesn't. I don't know why it does that. It's not a Batman poster. That is a Batman pixelated picture with me as Batman. The further back you go, the clearer it looks. You notice he's black. I don't care about anything that has to do with WWE. Absolutely nothing. So you can save all those questions for some other YouTuber. Somebody that cares. I tell you, what the hell is wrong? Internet. Guam. Well, hello. Have you played Resident Evil 7? No, and I'll play it whenever I feel like it. Don't know whenever I will play it. I've never played any of the Resident Evil games before, ever. So, Jesus H. Christmas. Really? Let me try something here. The Instagram. Let me take it off of that. There we go. So as soon as I put it just on T-Mobile data, all of a sudden it's working. Okay. Right. Nope. I can't grow a full beard. Ow. Nope, I cannot grow a full beard, so that won't be happening. And I don't think I would ever grow a full beard anyway. If I could, it just doesn't seem This is not anything I want to do. I don't think I would look good with a full beard anyway. You know what I'm saying? So. Shit. Woo! I am a little tired. Actually, pretty tired. Oh man. Oh. And I'm gonna go to bed soon, probably. I don't know. But figured why not get a little stream in and talk to some folks. You know what I mean? What's my Instagram? Take a wild guess. Yeah, I got my gaming channel back today. So I will be playing. I haven't quit playing those games. Skyrim and Last Guardian. I will be continuing to play. What's happening in Georgia? I had a homeboy that just moved down there, and now he's moving back. He was so happy to move to this and that. You know what I mean? This is gonna happen. To let you guys know, I'll be doing a little bit of traveling soon, and I may have a guest on the show soon. I'm sure you'll absolutely love. Knowing my audience, you will love this person. And then there may be another one coming up sometime next week. And then there may be a third this month. I got a friend coming in from London. And then there is another one. This chick actually works at my gym, and she's been looking to start up a channel. And she is a wrestler. She is a female wrestler. Okay? And a gamer. And I said, oh, you gotta fucking come on my show. They will love you. And she was like, no, I'm weird and there's stuff I don't think people would like. I'm like, let me tell you something. First of all, they're going to love you. Second, she's got a tattoo of the fucking Triforce right here. And second, okay, damn, what was I gonna say? Oh, I told her, I said, listen, YouTube channels are like porn. Okay. No matter what you're into, there is a subgroup out there that is big as hell that are totally into everything that you're into. I said, people like me, I said, like, I've had people like, yo, they're like, yo, he's a nerd or a geek. Actually, I'm not a nerd because nerds are socially awkward. So I'm a geek, but he pulls chicks. Like a lot of guys like that. They like the fact that I can pull good looking women, but I'm not a nerd. I'm just a geek. I do all of the geeky stuff. But he's like, at the end of the day, damn, like nigga's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm a down to earth guy. I'm not, some people, they're in the geeky things. They something ain't right. You talk to them like when I'm not trying to be funny, I can have a logical, deep conversation with someone that can make them think. If you have any doubt of that, all you need to do is just watch my Magnus Answers videos. That's all you need to do. Can't count how many times people have wrote me and be like, yo, I didn't know you were that fucking smart. I'm like, well, thank you. It's like, yo, you go deep. And I was like, yes, I do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm mainly known for my comedic entertainment, not my solving of people's problems. So, but let me see here. What did he say? Yeah. Okay. Have I had any experiences? That's a unique question. Have I had any experiences with other YouTubers that are snakes? Well, as far as I guess you could say, interact like meeting people that I think are snakes. I've never like interacted and met like there are some people that know there are particular YouTubers out there that are just complete dicks and assholes, and they just their life is about trying to ruin other people's lives. I'm not talking about them because it's apparent, but I think what you're talking about is like have I met and interacted with a YouTuber that I was like, damn, this motherfucker is a piece of shit. This dude's a snake. And I gotta say that I don't think that I've met any YouTubers yet in person or on phone or chatted with that I think are like nah, I ain't gonna. I don't really. Nobody. I don't think that I've met like that. All the reactors that I've met are cool. Um, Greg Alba, I'm probably the closest to because man, he was really good to me when I came out to California. He introduced me to so many people, man, and he just helped me to. It was like he brought me into his fold, and like I was able to create a friend base out there with him. You know, um, Akasan's cool. The Suptho Bros are cool. Dante's cool. I talk to him on the phone from time to time. Cooley calls me in chats from time to time. Um, um, like everybody that I've ever met is cool. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Bunny Girl's cool. Jinx is cool. Trying to think, who have I actually met and interacted with? There's so many that I've interacted with. But every single person, even if I'm missing your name, don't feel left out. Everybody's cool with me. Danny Unchained, he's cool. Like everybody's cool with me. Like I don't have any people that I'm like, yo. Now, what I will tell you is this, okay? One big problem that most people have is that they look at celebrities like they're not really real people. We're almost looked at as God figures, as though we're not supposed to have any faults. So when you I know this, put it this way, way more than you know. These YouTubers are real people. We all have our faults. We all have our quirks, things that might, you know, irritate people. We're real people. You got your homeboys that are your best friends in the fucking world, but they still got their issues. That's what I'm trying to say. Every YouTuber is a normal person. You know what I'm saying? There's Akasan right there. Right, Akasan? Every YouTuber is a regular person. We've all got our issues. Our strength is that we are able to entertain. But the problem is, celebrities, even YouTubers, are like put on a level like politicians. And then you mention something about grabbing the pussy, which was huge. It was, a great young lady, very nice, huge. All of a sudden, you're trashed. I noticed that. You have to watch what you say. I'm not talking. And I'm all seriousness though. Like I'm not talking about doing something like dastardly, like something that's really bad, like beating up your girlfriend or something. Like okay, people find out you beat your girlfriend up. But sometimes like a YouTuber could get issues from just having a bad attitude one day. You know what I mean? Everybody goes through it. I mean, it's just is what it is. But your best friends in the world that you love, that you talk to every day, you wouldn't dismiss them and hate them because they had a bad attitude one day. And that's the same way I look at entertainers. It's like, yo, they're real people. You know what I'm saying? You might run into them one day when they're having a bad day. You never know what a person is going through. You don't know if their relationship's on the fritz. You don't know if they're depressed because they're not in a relationship. They might have just found out that, who knows if somebody's got cancer that they know. And the biggest issue with fans is that sometimes they believe the world revolves around them, and in a way that they own you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I've talked about this with other entertainers and YouTubers, and it's like, it's almost strange. It's almost like they believe they themselves made you and don't understand that it was a collaboration of many, 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 many people that helped make that YouTuber who they are today. And the relationship of an entertainer and their fans is symbiotic. Yes, by watching our videos, we make a living, or you buy our merchandise, or whatever it is that you do to support us, we make a living. But at the same time, we bring that entertainment to you that keeps you laughing, that keeps you thinking, that keeps you smiling, that keeps you enjoying life. You know what I mean? All the way to the extreme where I've literally, I would say, in the how many years have I been doing this? In 2012? Yeah, 2017. So all these years, I've had 4 or 5 emails where people told me that because of my videos, they did not commit suicide. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's big. You know what I'm saying? That's a big give back to people. Like, just that is a big give back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I'm just saying, just think about people as being, think of YouTubers and other celebrities as being real people, because that's exactly what they are. You know what I mean? Yeah, peoples. So I should probably title this "YouTubers Are Real People." Thank you. Yeah. So no one always bothers me. Well, it used to bother me a few years ago. I remember where people would write comments, "Get a real job." And I don't understand, like, this literally is a real career. It is a real job. Like, I don't understand. You want me to, because you're jealous or you're angry, you want me to come work at McDonald's with you? Is that what you're saying? Because you're not living your dream? You're not entertaining people and having fun every day and making people smile, helping people solve their problems, whatever it is that you do on your YouTube channel, get a real job. I'm like, these motherfuckers are stupid. And shit, if you want to call it that, from 4th grade to, let's see, 3 years in, 12, 11, 12, 13, to 2013. Okay, from 4th grade to 2013, I busted my ass with real jobs. Okay? So I don't want to hear that shit. I was a paper boy from 4th grade to 12th grade. And then I'm going to go right down my fucking job list that I had, motherfuckers. Okay? Trying to write something down. This is the way I want to title this video. Let's see. All right. Okay, so I was a paper boy from 4th grade to 12th grade. Okay. And I had a big route. I did. I had a big route, man. Everybody in town fucking knew me. Like, people that I didn't know when I started, just the whole town knew me. I used to deliver papers late as hell. The papers are supposed to be at your house, I think, by 4, if I'm correct. Like regular paper, it could be less than that. It could be earlier than that, like because I remember I got out of school at 2:45. So I think it was by 4 when I was coming up. But I would be delivering the paper. I got so known in the town. They knew I was coming because you would get complaints if you were late with the paper, and I would show up at 7, 8 o'clock at night with your paper. That's just how it was. Then after that, my first job was McDonald's. Loved McDonald's. Say, hey, why don't I work there? Commercials with Calvin sucked me in. Say, hey, he make money. Why don't I go ahead and start making money just like Calvin? Okay. Y'all don't remember Calvin? Just look up Calvin McDonald's. The commercials should fucking come up. They were funny, man. They were funny commercials, right? Whoa. Okay, I'm going to my. Anyway, so Calvin, yes. So I worked at McDonald's, and then I started working at Wendy's. Okay? Fucking mediocre bullshit ass jobs, right? So I started working at Wendy's. Eventually got fired from Wendy's because I caught an attitude, and the manager told me to go home, and I told her no. She's like, well, you're fired. I want to make my money for the day. So after that, I worked at Caldor. I worked at Caldor seasonally. Okay, so I just worked for the Christmas season. After Caldor, I remember getting a job at a place called Distributech, and that was a warehouse. And guess what I did there? I actually repackaged all the fucking STP and Valvoline and all that stuff, like broken containers, all that shit you're not supposed to inhale. I was in charge of that department for like a year. So I would get rid of the stuff that was broken, all those fumes in my face, not paying attention that it's hazardous to me. And I would make it resellable with the other odds and ends bottles that weren't, fucked up. Then I got let go from there. And that's when I first started making some quote unquote real money. Because I had a friend that told me that she was making, how much did she say she was making? I can't remember, but it was a lot back then. I do remember that. My friend Samira Muse told me, and y'all saw her on an Instagram feed before when I was talking. She told me that she was making a lot of money. What the fuck are you laughing at, Aksan? She told me she was making a lot of money at Cracker Barrel. Okay. So Cracker Barrel, waiting tables. So I get in there. That was my first taste of actually stepping out of the zone of being an introvert and actually having to speak to people. It was the money that made me step out of my comfort zone. And I'll never forget, I shadowed a girl for a few days. She told me what I had to do. She was like, look, it's not as hard as what you think. Trust me. Customers will point to what they want. It's very easy. There's only once in a while you'll have to ask me questions. And she was right. All of a sudden, this person who was so scared to speak to people and interact with people was like, oh, that wasn't that bad. Coincidentally, I ended up meeting a woman named Kate Rados, who worked for the animation department at MTV. And she gave me an audition after I waited on her for a celebrity death match. And I totally botched it. I knew that I botched it. I was scared. I was timid. I was nervous. And absolutely at that time, I was not ready for voiceovers. But if you're out there, Kate, thank you very much for introducing me to that and giving me that chance. Then I started to loathe waiting tables. I hated it because they stink. They think they're the best dancers. And I hate them. All right, so I stopped waiting tables, and I got a job. Actually, no. I decided to do waiting tables part-time while I got a job for Pepsi Cola. Now, when I was working for Pepsi, I turned into a massive fucking Hulk because I was their workhorse. I was the merchandiser. I was the guy that you saw in the store building all the big displays and shit. That was me. And I did that for a good 4 years, I think. And for maybe 1 or 2 of the years, I waited tables part-time. And we ended up getting a new manager that was talking shit to me one day, and I just never came back in. I was like, eat a dick, buddy. You know? So then, after working for Pepsi, my knees started to hurt. You know, they were giving way to all that heavy workhorse. It was funny, too, because the gym I would go to, I would come in there and talk half the time. But, like, I was extremely strong for my size. People just be like, yo, like, he works his mouth out more than he works his body out. Then he goes to work out, and he's, like, lifting this shit like it's nothing. Yeah, that's what happens. Like, see, that's the reason why I actually do a full body workout now. Is because I was just applied that to it. I was just like, you know, every day I can do a full body workout because every day at Pepsi I did a full body workout and I just got stronger. The body eventually adapts. You know, the muscle fibers just get thicker, the tendons get stronger. Yes, it kills you for a little bit, but then you eventually just adapt. So that's why I do a full body every day. And I don't hurt anymore. I up the weight. I might be sore a little bit the next day after upping the weight for something. But I'm never like, walking the next day. So anyway, wait tables for Pepsi. I mean, not wait tables, merchandiser for Pepsi. Then what happened? My mom passed away while I was working for Pepsi. Wait, was it? While I was working? Yeah, it was while I was working for Pepsi. And after that, see, it's starting to become a blur. It must have been it was really stressful for me. I'm trying to think. My mom passed away, and then Pepsi went on strike. Right? So I'm like, I didn't feel like picketing. I picketed one day. I was like, this is some bullshit. So I saw an advertisement in the paper. Yeah, in the paper in these days. I saw an advertisement in the paper. Yeah. And it was for the Cherry Hill Triplex Mitsubishi Company selling cars. Mm-hmm. And it said you can make anywhere from $50,000 to $75,000 a year. So I said to myself, I thinks I can do it. And I went up there and I said, please give me a job, sir. You're going to get the best from me possible. 110%. And they interviewed me. I'll never forget manager Jordan Appel after I filled out the thing. He comes to talk to me and he says, and he looks like Nick Cage. He's funny. He says, you ready for this? It's a madhouse. The cops are up here. Fights, everything. Are you ready for this? And I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, see you on Monday for training. I was like, okay. Came in on Monday. I tell you, selling cars was just an incredible experience. In a way, it changed me in so many ways. It was like being a Marine in the heat of battle. And it damaged me. But at the same time, it made me stronger in other ways. Like, because it was so stressful that it psychologically at that time damaged me. Like, I was just fucked up. As a child, I used to stutter. I never knew this. My mom told me. And she told me that there was this babysitter she used to let me, this old lady that she used to send me to. And she said that the old lady would beat me. And she said I had started to have a stuttering problem. And she didn't know that. And she found out through me because I told her. Well, I started to stutter again when I worked selling cars. Now, it might have been a combination of my mother dying plus that, but it was a lot of stress. They would threaten to fire you like every day. You know, it was just they would holler at you. It was just, and I was in such a bad position because I was homeless at the time. I was living in a motel, but I was making kind of good money with them, so I always had enough to have a motel room. And I just had a dream. I know I'm gonna hit a big check sooner or later. I know it. I know it. I've seen these guys make $10,000 in a week. I know that I can do it. And eventually, I hit like a $4,800 check, so it was around $5,000 before taxes. It was more than 5,000, and that enabled me to get to get a condo with my brother and rent. So I still continued to do that, but it started to stress me out. Gained a lot of weight. I was I was so fucked up. I was bad. That business will fucking kill you. The only fun part was that you work with almost frat boys, which could be fun and then horrible all at the same time. Just the way they think, the way they act, it's a total. Anyone knows the rat house mentality of the car business. When I say rat house, you already know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's just fucking nuts in there. Like, dudes, you'd order Chinese food and Chinese dude a lot, you know, he'll drop it off, and then all of a sudden you come back and one of you dudes is eating your food. Look at the fuck are you doing? And they'll go running off laughing. Like that type of shit. You know what I mean? I never forget, we ordered these shirts that cost a lot of money. We all had to wear for the summer. They were like 40 something dollars a piece. And one of the managers just came up with a pair of scissors and cut it up the back on me. And now, looking back on it, it's funny, but back then it wasn't. And I was just like, see what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. It's the crazy fucking shit that I dealt with there. And, but because it made me cold call so much and just get out there and talk to people, I had to learn how to negotiate and how to, you know, make a friend it really helped me as far as getting out there and acting and all that stuff. But that doesn't do that yet. So then once I started to hate the car business, I left to sell suits at Macy's. I did very well, became the top guy there selling suits. I was very hungry because at a rat house, you're taught to just strike to get the customers and get the business. And I always did mediocrely there. Some people thought it was because I was a good person, you know. They would I would have seasoned salesmen that were used to lying to people and cheating people. And not all of them are like that, but they'd be like, yo, man, you're too polished for this. You need to be somewhere like Lexus, Acura, BMW. You're not like us. Like I've heard, I heard that a few times through guys that came through there, you know. And, but I was still a go-getter, you know. So, started selling suits, did really well there. But then during the off season, which is like after the holidays, I started wasn't making no money. I had to dip into my savings to pay my bills. Like that's how bad it got. I was starting to go into the deficit. So after selling the suits, one of the guys that used to sell cars with me, he sees me in the mall. He's like, listen, the store's totally different. Come back. I got you. I'll take care of you. You know what I mean? We're making money. We're killing it, right? So I come back, and I remember my first week there, I had a headache so bad I could feel like this radiating stress all the way up my neck to the front of my head. Like I was ready to literally snap. And there's this one manager there, and it's rare that you can get me to fight because I have a really calm attitude about things, you know, and I just know, you know, there's too many guys that go to jail for fighting in the streets and all that shit. And I'm just not about that. I don't have a record. I don't plan on it. So, but there was just one manager who was literally a piece of shit. And till this day, I don't like him. Can't stand him. If Tyrone Magnus said that he hated anybody in his life, it was him. And there was one dude that I grew up with that I fucking hate. If I found out that they both died, okay, what we getting to eat? Okay, well, okay, that's cool. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Where we going? We going here? We going there? Next. If it was the news, such and such died today, and now sports. Like that's how piece of shit people these two guys are. But anyway, I told my boy that got me hired. I said, if he says one more thing to me, I'm gonna knock him out in the fucking showroom. I swear to God. I told him. So I don't know if he said something to him. I don't know, but nothing ended up transpiring. And I was big then. I was big. And so I ended up leaving because what happened was that piece of shit manager fired me one day. And he fired me when the other managers weren't there. So the next day, one of the managers is like, come back. Fuck that. You're not fired. He knows he fired you when we weren't here. Get your ass back here. We got you. I came back in that day reluctantly, and I left in the middle of it. I was like, fuck it. I'm not doing this no more. So then they tried to fight me on unemployment, but I ended up getting it. And then my friend Angela Benizio, which I've been trying to get on my show because she's hilarious. Y'all love her too. Y'all be like, yo, oh my God, y'all will love her. And she says to me, hey, I got a friend that works for ADT Security. And he says that he is doing really well over there. And he gave me a call. I said, okay, what's his name? Because you got like $1,000 for getting someone hired. And if they stayed with the company like for 6 months, something like that. So, hey, he was doing his thing. He talked to me. He was like, yo, man, you seem like you're cut out for this. Gave the manager my number, called me in, interviewed me. I got the job. Everything was good to go. I went down to training in Atlanta, Georgia for like almost a week. And I just remember doing well. Like I would do my presentation and people would be like, they're like, yo, very authoritative. You seemed like you're almost like you're part of the police force. Like you were, you really knew what you were talking about. Stern, yet friendly. And I was like, wow, really? So when I got back, I started doing very well. I still had to go get them attitude from the car business. So I did very well, and I would take appointments no one else would take. I would go to Camden, New Jersey. Made a lot of money with them. Made a lot of money. But they started to change the way they did business. They no longer would make appointments for you and have you run them. All of a sudden, you had to find your own appointments. So you had to cold call people a lot. You had to knock on doors a lot, which is not what the fuck I signed up for. You set them up and I'll knock them down. But don't, sit there and harass. And like you wouldn't get paid. Like it was full commission. So like 12 people had left before I did. And by then it had just gotten to me. And I almost had a mental breakdown because I didn't have any money. And I was just broke. I mean, I was with Sarah still then. She was over there still doing good, but she was in a different department. And she was getting tired of it too. So then I left and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I got fired. Couldn't figure out what I wanted to because I wasn't performing. I was underperforming badly just because of the way they changed the parameters. I was getting stressed out and depressed. And ended up getting a job with Home Depot, selling their home renovations. So I would sell like cabinet stuff to redo your cabinets. I would sell that. I only sold one for my first like 2 or 3 months there. Couldn't do it. Some salesmen are all around salesmen. Some salesmen are only good at certain things. Certain people, I'll tell you this about the sales business. Certain people are good at selling dreams. So you can be like a travel agent. You are great at selling people a dream. Because, travel agent, that's a dream. You know what I mean? You're good. Oh, it's beautiful out there. There's this, there's that. And you're thinking, like, But then there's salesmen that can sell a product or a service. Okay. So, and certain people are only good at selling certain products, you know? So I was I consider myself more of a refined in only being able to sell certain products. Although I do believe that I could sell a motherfucking dream if I ever went into sales again. I do believe that I could do very, very well in sales. So anyway, so I quit, brought all my shit in. The training was horrible, just absolutely fucking terrible. And I got a job with PJ Fitzpatrick, which is a company out here that sells like windows and siding and all this stuff. And they literally have got to be the quote unquote best company I've ever worked for in my life. Like the care, the expertise, and how they treated their employees was a cut above the rest. Like I'd never seen anything like it before. The training was top notch. When I got trained, here's the funny thing. I got trained, the trainer was like, that was the best presentation I've ever seen. I've never seen anybody do a presentation like that. Yeah, that's when the acting skills come in. You know, it's kind of like that. You know what I mean? I think I've always been built for acting, able to present something a specific way. Because actors sell you a dream. They're supposed to bring you into that fantasy, you know? And I guess you could say in a way when you're selling certain products, you are still selling a dream. Even, you know, you're selling that euphoric feeling, that good feeling that you're going to have when you buy this product. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So what I mean, I guess you could say there's people that can sell tangible and there's people that can sell intangible. Some people can sell both, or specifically certain ones in certain fields. So anyway, I only sold, I didn't sell shit when I was at Home Depot. Sorry about that. But I only sold one fucking window thing when I was working for PJ Fitzpatrick. And that was a hard time in my life too. That was just, oh God, it was a horrible fucking time in my life. Like personally, just things that I was going through. But everything ended up working out well. They also fired me because I couldn't, and I knew it was coming. And you know, when companies fire you, they're doing you a favor because you collect unemployment. If you quit, you ain't getting it. So, you know, I worked with, I was cool with them all. They liked me, but you know, if you're not performing, you got to go. And I remember the guys there were like, listen, man, seriously, you got to have a trust fund to start selling this shit. You know, I kind of giggled and they were like, no, like, we're really serious. Like, a lot of us started here when we were teenagers living with our parents, or we were in college living with our parents. Someone like you that's got their own bills, that's on their own, this job takes such a long time. It's a huge learning curve. But you can make so much money. Like I think some of the guys were making like $300,000, $400,000 a year. Like that's the potential that they had for a job like that. But if you don't have the time for that curve, and that's what it was with me. I was a grown fucking man. You know what I'm saying? Beard and everything, goatee, had my fucking bills. So damn, now I'm drawing a blank. After PJ Fitzpatrick. Oh, that's when I got the job with 5-Star Home Foods. And I would equally say that is the other business that's the best business I've ever worked for. The guy, Bob Kane, that ran that. I know, not the man that made Batman. Bob Kane was literally one of the best bosses I've ever had. And I had some of the best training that I've ever had in my life there. Everyone was nice. They were good people. They treated you well, you know, and I actually did pretty well there, selling food seasonally. You guys don't know it, but you can literally have food delivered to you every 6 months. That, you know what I mean? That will last you that long. And you basically only have to go get other odds and ends from the store. But all your meats, chicken, porks, all that steak, beef, all that stuff you can get from 5 Star Home Foods. I'm plugging them right now because they treated me very well. And while I was working for them was when YouTube started, its income started to eclipse what I was making there. And that's when I quit. And I gave them my 2 weeks. You guys that were around for all that already know. Greg Alba said, yo, man, do it. And, come on, do it, do it. And I was just like, all right. I had to make enough money 3 months in a row. I had to make sure that YouTube was going to be consistent and cover my bills. 3 months in a row, it did it. I gave them my 2 weeks. And here I've been ever since. So for the pieces of shit that say get a real job, fuck you. I absolutely earned the career that I am in now, you fucking assholes. Eat a dick. Fuck you. Fuck you very much. You know what I'm saying? Bravo. Bravo. Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, this is like therapy, right? You know someone that went through everything or similar things that you've been through. You understand that a real person. This isn't, you know, some fake bullshit. I'm a real guy that's been through hell and high water and all in between, good and bad through my life. Death, breakups, being fired, no money, homeless. You know what I'm saying? I've been fucked up throughout my life at certain points. Don't think this was a smooth arc. Don't think it was a smooth incline, like a good ass stock. Shit, it was like, depression. Whoa, market crash. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, shit. So everything's been a steady incline so far, so that's good. But I'll handle any declines or dips that come, as they come. But through life, I'm much more experienced and equipped to handle these things now than I was. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Thank you. Try to teach y'all as much as I can. One of the things about watching somebody that's older than you, or someone, you know what I mean? Like I can, I've been there, y'all. Like I can help you to, not make the mistakes that I made. You know what I mean? Kind of sucks for me because I had to make all the mistakes for you. But hey, adds that Anakin Skywalker scar to my eye. You know what I mean? Show you I've been through some shit. But my powers have more than doubled since the last time we met Dooku. Or we said quadrupled. I can't remember what he said about his power, I've been through it. The thick of it, motherfuckers. Fuck climbing the mountain. It's not on my bucket list. You got a problem with it? ASDC 2002. Get off the fucking stream. Somebody wants to flirt homosexually. You have to get them out of here. It's not that type of party, buddy. Go on, keep going. Now I ain't got no kids. Shit. No kids. No kids. Yeah, no. Trailers on Sunday. I know that at least. Stop asking me about reactions right now. Doing a live stream where I'm talking. And I talk to people. Yeah, I saw the movie Bucket List. Yo. Okay. It's stop. Whatever your name is. At least no kids, yeah. Women love that when they meet me. They're like, do you have any kids? I'm like, no. Are you serious? No kids. How old are you again? 39. No kids? A black man? Successful? You ever been arrested? No. Oh my God. We need to get married right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Like a lot of guys usually have kids by now. You know what I mean? At least one. To me, I don't care for when I have my children. If I decide to. You know what I mean? I don't. I really don't. Y'all know how I am. I'm about longevity and health, and I want to live a long time, even though I have my weaknesses and I break and I eat junk food sometimes and shit. I want to live a long time. I believe I'm going to be that person that lives a while that's able to still play with his kids and do everything. So shit. I could be 65 and marry a 21-year-old and have babies. I don't care. I really don't. Because I still plan on getting to 85, which is 20 years, so that child, I want to give it to over 100, so I'll still be around. They'd be like, how old's your dad? He's 85. He looks I thought he was 24. No, he just eats really healthy. Dad, they say that they don't believe me that you're at 85. That's because I have found the elixir to immortality, son. That shall teach you one day when you've earned it. Not all those are meant to be immortal. Only the good people of the planet. The fuck? Illuminati confirmed. The fuck are you talking about? Motherfuckers acting like I did this or something. Hold on a second. Look at that. People have been messaging me and I haven't seen it. Okay. Okay. Oh, my mother's gone. You must have just jumped on the stream. And no, I'm not close with my dad at all. I don't wish John Cena to die. I just wish the character to be dead. He can come back as a wrestler named Jake Trevor. I don't care what he does. Just get rid of fucking John Cena. Yep, me and my mom were close. Best friends. Told her everything except for sex stuff. That'd be weird. Yeah. Y'all want to go see what my brother is? Go to his YouTube channel. Eugene Michelangelo. Weird. Phone started to die. Trying to charge it without It's gonna have to be crooked. Going to have to be crooked. I'm not talking about WWE. I refuse to talk WWE at this moment. My advice for success, you need consistency and persistence and patience. Gotta be consistent. Gotta keep moving forward. Gotta be persistent, consistent, and you gotta be patient. We're very, we're a society that wants everything now, and that's just not the way life is. Most people want to put minimal effort in to get huge gains, and it just doesn't happen for many people. I didn't leave home. My mom died. That's when we left at the home that we were in. All three of us were paying the rent in thirds, So when she died, there was no more income to take care of that. So me and my brother had to find other places to go. But I was going to move out earlier, a few years earlier, and I was in my early 20s. Like 23, 24, I was going to move out, but my mom, I wasn't going to leave her being sick and everything. So. Ask the question then, Elliot, or look in the description box of most of my videos or the about section, and that will give you precise instructions on how to write me. A lot of you don't know, but you are consistently going to my spam folder now at my Gmail account. Consistently. Like, you think I get your emails, and I never get them. You send a ton of emails to my spam folder, just so you know. Because I don't pay attention to the rules. I tell y'all over and over how to write me, and you don't listen. And a business address, email address is not where you send, hey, look at this Superman picture. That's not where you send that. You send that to everything else but that. Yeah, well, I get hundreds of emails a day. So that's what I mean when you think the world kind of revolves around you. You think that just because you send an email that I'm going to get every single one. That's an impossible. By sending it to the right place, you better your chances of getting it answered. That's what the thing is. That's what you have to understand. So the people that obey the rules and send, their emails to where it's supposed to go to, you most likely are the ones that will have your questions answered. As a matter of fact, you are the ones that have them answered all the time, the ones that send them to the proper channels, through the proper channels, which is, my Facebook. You can message me on there, or you can post shit right on the Facebook feed, the timeline for me to see, which is one of the easiest things because I just scroll through and I can see thumbnails and I can see stuff. It's very easy for me. Or you can write me on my YouTube. You go to the About section, you click Send the Message. If that's not there, because I know it's missing for some people, it's weird, then you have to write me on Facebook or on on my Facebook, which I check a lot. I check my Facebook fan page a lot. So but I don't check anything on Instagram really that much at all. So that's really not a good place to send me messages. Um, yeah, the business email is for people that want to collaborate, companies that want to work with me, stuff like that. You know, people that want me to do unboxings or try their product, um, stuff like that. Because I can't have my business email overfilled with, 1,000 messages that say the Justice League trailer just came out, and then I miss a really good business opportunity from somebody. You know what I mean? I have to have certain areas for you to do this and that so that I can be organized. You know what I mean? I may be on Rift tomorrow. I planned on being on there today, but I slept really late. I spent a lot of time in the gym. Yep, partnered with BBTV. Pee break. Right back. Right back. Yeah. Beer dude. Beer dude. Beer dude. Beer. Beer. Yeah, I caught up on all the comic shows yesterday. In the past few days, I watched them all. I haven't caught up on the shit yet. I was just catching up on the Flash. I actually didn't realize I actually missed a few episodes. Akasan, I'm a savage. I don't wash shit. I don't even wash my ass half the time. You understand? You mind your business. Okay? You go to that Japanese bathhouse that you go to every day, and I'll continue to be a stinking savage. You understand? Women like that smell. Stank and testosterone, brethren. Okay? Okay. By the way, I don't have to wash my hands half the time because I'm gifted. Okay? Pull down the pants. Just hangs and peas. Okay? God damn it. Don't worry what I do with my penis. All right, Aka-san. some walnuts. I love nuts, especially walnuts. No, I'm not a vegetarian. Not yet. Hey, you guys got to remind me to react to Dragon Ball on Saturday. I end up forgetting. Like it'll be like Sunday, almost Monday, and I'll be like, "Oh shit, I forgot about Dragon Ball." Will you play the evil within? Natalie Portman, all day. Natalie Portman. Yeah. I heard she get real freaky in Black Swan. I still ain't seen that yet. I mean, if it came down to it, if I just happened to be chilling in London and Daisy was on it, I would turn her to the dark side. But if I had a choice, Portman is more my style. Portman or Johansson. 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 Yep. I don't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Cashmere Sugar, how about that? I think I'm gonna do a few push-ups. See if I can kind of bang out 100. I'm saying I want to get back to doing that. I really haven't. Help me to burn a few extra calories and get my bench up. Do a few sets, different amounts. 30 push-ups. Stretch out my pecs. Back when I was a little younger, I used to have this regimen where I would do 100 push-ups, and I would do 100 squats every night. I remember that. Yeah. Yeah. The most I was ever able to do, I think, in one shot was around 75. Was it 75? It was, I do remember that number, 75. At one time, I remember that. I used to bang them out. I'm not sure if I ever got into the 80s. I may have, but I'm not sure. Like, it's possible. So I'll just say for now, I was able to bang out 75 in one shot at one time. That shit ain't easy. I see some of you are like, damn, you just did 30 push-ups. Yeah, that shit ain't easy right off the bat. I'll do more when I get a chance. Bang out 100 tonight. But I don't want to be over here breathing like I just ran a marathon. Would I ever consider doing a DVD Blu-ray collection? What are you talking about? Pause is old. What's pause, man? Once, Donovan. Once, for the most part. Like I said, at one time, I would work out and then I would do the push-ups and the squats at night, a little bit before I went to bed. I'm not sure, Danielle. Not sure. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe the day after that. I mean, oh, doubt. You know how long that video will take? I mean, to go through the hundreds of DVDs I have. Shit. Pray for it. Maybe it'll happen one day. Y'all know me. Every once in a while, I'll do videos that you didn't think I would do, but maybe one day I'll do that. Hopefully, I'll run into no old porno DVDs. Remember when porn used to come on DVD? It still does, but that was your only way of getting it. You wasn't looking online because nobody was online. Nobody was online. I found something the other day when I was going through some stuff. I was like, holy shit, I forgot about these. This one was my favorite. So, I had 60 down. I'll probably do 2 more sets, 20 each. And then I'll be my 100. Benji, don't stop counting until I get up and walk over here. That was 30, you big piece of trash. Speaking of business ventures, I think I want to go to a franchise expo, you know. See if I could buy me some type of business, you know. Well, I want to buy something that I really back. Yeah, franchise expo. There are literally expos, just like gaming expos and every other expo, and comic book expos, where you can go, and there are tons of businesses there that are selling franchises. So, in other words, when you get there, Dunkin' Donuts is there, Chick-fil-A is there, McDonald's is there, Burger King is there, Salad Works is there. All these different businesses, and it's not just food places. There's tons of different stores out there you don't know are franchises. Certain stores are privately owned, but stuff like McDonald's, that's a franchise. It's a turnkey business. From what I understand, with McDonald's, you need like $2 or $3 million to invest. But once you do, McDonald's is money. It's just, McDonald's is money. I had a homeboy. No, not my homeboy. He was my boss. And he told me, he said, Tyrone, let me tell you something. He would love to talk to me sometimes. And he'd be like, I had a chance to have the Chick-fil-A over here in Cherry Hill. The one on the Black Horse Pike. And there was another one he told me about. He was like, I was like, what happened? He was like, I had the paperwork ready, be signed. I had the money, I had the loans, I had everything. I said, what happened? I couldn't pull the trigger. And I was like, oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? He said, I know. I said, man, please don't make that mistake again. I said, instead of sitting here managing my ass and the rest of these motherfuckers, you would be sitting pretty. He said, I know. Certain franchises are a certain amount of store deal. I didn't know this. I heard that when you own a Dunkin' Donuts, I believe you have to buy 3 of them. I guess Chick-fil-A is the same way. Or at least back then or whatever. But he was like, yeah. But I heard that like one of the Dunkin' Donuts makes all the donuts for the other 2. I think. I remember talking to someone that knew about it. But yeah, man. It's an investment. And think about it, they're turnkey because they're already, franchises are usually more expensive, I believe, because I think it's because they're already ready to go. It's like, you buy yourself a Chick-fil-A, it's like, but everybody knows Chick-fil-A. We've already got a set system on how we make the food and this and that, this. I mean, it's not like opening Joe's Steaks, which is different. You got to have your business plan. I have all these things to talk to a bank about. You know what I mean? So that they give you the money to open up your own business like that. When it's like, it's, to understand, you can get approved much easier if you want to open up a McDonald's. If you want a couple $1 million loan or whatever, they'll give it to you because it's McDonald's. Everybody knows McDonald's. McDonald's is a household name. Like, it's rare that a fucking McDonald's fails. You know? I was thinking of buying a laundromat at one time, but I also was thinking about a salad works. I was like, I'm into healthy food. And I was like, well, what's the healthiest franchise I could buy? I would have to do more research now, but this was years ago. I was like, well, salad works isn't organic, but it's one of the better foods you can get, So I was like, maybe I'll buy one of them. Maybe I'll buy one of them. One more set. One more set. I have thought about opening my own gym. I have thought about that. Man, woo, Gene. I don't want to be a landlord. Although I've thought about it. If I were going to invest in real estate, I have to, ow. I have to, if I'm going to invest in, sorry, if I'm going to, why did I do that? If I'm going to invest in real estate, I need to have a property manager. Yeah, I need to have a property manager because I don't want to deal with that shit. I mean, and I do remember when I was trying to get into real estate. At one point, I became part of this like real estate like community in the area, and they had everything you need, everything you could possibly need to get into real estate, be a landlord, all that shit. They had it. Yeah, baby. And I remember there was a guy that was a property manager. He told how much his fee was. I forgot how much it was of the rent. His fee was a certain percentage of the rent. And then you had to give him a certain amount of deposit for any repairs. And if the tenants had any problems, they call him. They don't call you. Okay? You don't get that call at 2 a.m. in the morning. Hey, listen, pal, I came home, I had about 16 girls in here drinking and making me go, whoa. And one of them fell and broke the shower curtain, tore the whole rod down. Now, I'm Ric Flair, pal. I need to take a shower in the morning. What are you going to do about it? You don't get that call at 2 a.m. They call the property manager, and they handle that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They do. Yeah. So, we'll see. There is no next game. I'm playing The Last Guardian and Skyrim still. I don't know who Yeezy is. Nope, no big plans. Feels fine, Patrick. I'm chilling. Yeah, I ain't pre-ordering Injustice at all. Getting tired. I'm about to do my last 20 push-ups and go to sleep. I am tired. Oh, boy. If I can do them, jeez. That made me tired, man. Man, maybe it's just hitting me, like being late night. I was doing the push-ups. So let me see if I can bang these out. Oh shit, I'm getting tired. Woo-wee. All right. Yeah. Oh. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go to bed. Just got really tired all of a sudden, so I will check y'all out later. Yeah, I mean, what the hell is that? Okay. All right, Instagrammers. 1 million subscribers. Woo! All right. everybody else. 1 million subscribers. Woo! No. And there we go.